Hello everybody and welcome back to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. We are back at it with Super Mario 64DS speedruns. We're doing some 80-star speedruns tonight. Sorry for the late start to stream. Today was one of those days I got home from work and took a 2-hour nap, which delayed, everything else, including getting set up for stream. So, it's okay. We're here now. I forgot that my saves are messed up, so we're just gonna do this to fix them. Also, yeah, I know I haven't streamed in almost a week. After saying I was gonna try to make that not be the case, but I was, for the 8 gazillion time in the past few months, out of town for a part of this weekend. I took a day trip up to the Bay Area, but that required waking up super early on Sunday. Which left me unable to stream Saturday or Sunday. But either way, we're back now, and we do have a 3-day weekend coming up, so hopefully there should be multiple streams over that weekend. And yeah. We're late and it's been a while, but we are back with a game I haven't played in a while. I was looking through my stream history, and I know I haven't streamed that much recently at all, but I have not played 64DS since I did a stream for Mario Day. Or maybe like Mario, I don't think it was on Mario Day, but like Mario Day week. Like sometime in that, around March 10th, maybe a little after, I did a 100% run. Where I got all of the, where I got all the like rabbits and stuff, and cannon unlocks and stuff, in addition to a normal 150-star run. Today we're just doing normal 80-star, which I have not done even longer. I didn't check the last time I've done that, but it's probably been since like February since I have done 80-star speedrun. So this is a long preamble to say I have zero expectations that it will play well today, but I just want to have some fun and hopefully get a run going. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. That'd be a hell of a preamble to then, like, somehow get a PB. But I don't think it's gonna happen. But we shall see how good my muscle memory is. Because that is just purely what I'm relying on here. Is just muscle memory. Hey there, Hugh. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. 64DS is better than 64 because Yoshi. So true. So true. Like, that is actually a legitimate thing. I do think one of the reasons 64DS is better is because there are 4 playable characters, which just adds a lot more variety into the gameplay. And Yoshi's cool. Yoshi plays very, very differently than any of the other characters. For better or for worse. For the case of this speedrun, we really don't use Yoshi any more than is strictly necessary, unfortunately, because Yoshi's special abilities are really mostly good for the slower stars. So, very useful for 150, not particularly good for 80. The goal is to get 8 stars that Yoshi can do pretty quickly and then bail. At least for my route. I think the fastest route gets 9 or 10 stars as Yoshi. But that's through, like, very, very specific tricks that I do not know how to do in Whomp's Fortress. I don't even know if this run will get to Whomp's Fortress, because I could very easily just fall off doing this. Or bonk. Well, I guess I'll get to Whomp's Fortress, because I'm not gonna fall off doing Sly Skip if I don't even get to try it. Although this does put more pressure onto the second PSS, because I have to get the fast star the second time now. Having one slide finish, like, as a 21-second time is not the end of the world. It is obviously slower than getting the skip, but it's not that much slower because you skip the animation of the fast star spawning, so it's not even the world's biggest time loss. But, it means I have to get it correctly as Mario when I go back. Also, yeah, the fastest route, for this category, you do get, or at least a world record route, you do get every single star in Womp's Fortress as Yoshi. What the fuck was that? I, like, didn't even really try to align and just kind of YOLO'd it and was not even remotely fucking close to the star. Like, holy shit, dude. I was asking the question of how good my muscle memory would be. Not very good based on that. Holy fuck. Anyways, yeah, as I was saying, the fastest route gets every star in Womp's Fortress. It does an entirely different 100 coin route than the Mario 100 coin route, which I do not know, and requires some advanced, like, slide kicking stuff, which I'm not very good at. And also does a trick to cancel, essentially dying while collecting a star to save time. Which I don't think I've ever tried, but it's not easy, I think. I don't know. I guess I can't say it's not easy because I've never tried it, but I don't feel like learning it. The amount of time I have just in general right now is not very high, and it's certainly not a good use of my time to learn 64DS tricks. Also, in general, I just like playing games a lot more than I like practicing them. This applies to things other than video games, also. It applies to golf. I like playing, like, rounds of golf a lot more than I like, you know, going to the driving range and practicing. So, as a result, I do not go to the driving range enough, and as a result, don't get better. Funny how that works. You can say the same thing for 64DS. And I can tell myself I can play golf better, just like I can tell myself I can do 64DS better, because, like, hey, look at where my PB is, look at where my sum of best is. There is plenty of room there for, like, there's over 3 minutes between my PB and SOB, so there's plenty of room for improvement. I did the exact same thing, even with the strats I know, but saying, hey, I can improve without changing anything is not, you know, the best way to improve. So, this is another reason I have no expectations, is that I don't know the last time I've played a significant amount of 64DS off-stream. Maybe I've done, like, very minor things, but, like, in terms of, like, a full session of attempts, or even a practice, like, practicing tricks in depth, like, don't really think I've played off-stream very much. And to be fair, it shows, given that I have failed PSS twice and Wild Blue once. Okay, let's take a little more time to set up. Crazy how actually taking some fucking time to pay attention helps, huh? That was supposed to be a side flip, and it just wasn't. I don't know why I'm mimicking. Get in the fucking cannon. I thought I was gonna fall all the way back down, which would just epitomize the... Sorry, I know splits disappear for a sec there. Just epitomize the sloppiness. If you ever see the splits like disappear from screen for a second, that means I'm like adjusting my windows or checking another thing or something. Nice! That's awesome. I not only failed the triple jump, but managed to fall off the edge and lose the cycle. This is the sloppiest fucking Womp Fortress ever. Once again, with the low expectations, but this split has been so sloppy in every way. Failed PSS. Bad movement getting to the cannon for Wild Blue. Bad movement getting to the Womp. Or not Wild Blue, for Blast Away the Wall. Bad movement to Womp. I guess the first star was fine. The Womp fight itself was fine, but like... just pure slop. For the most part. I guess saying pure for the most part is kind of a not how that works. I guess it's not pure slop if it's only, you know, 80% of the stuff has had issues. Actually, that star was fine. Pure 60% slop. God, am I just delirious or something? I feel like I'm not being a coherent individual right now. Wow, I'm already losing time. Jesus Christ. Sounds like quantity and quality 60% is 100% slop. Yeah, that's believable. If you want the pure 100% slop, just dig through the 40% of this that isn't. Also, I lost 15. I just realized I lost 16 seconds in this one. That's so much more time than I thought I would lose for something that, like, didn't fail Wild Blue or anything. Like, I could have failed Wild Blue and still, like, not lost that much more time. It's just 16 seconds spread out over, like, everything. I think the standards for, like, normally I would reset if I realized I was that bad, but the standards for continuing a run today are going to be lower because I I pressed the jump button and that did not go through, and now I don't know where I am. Ow. Like, this run sucks and is now, like, plus 25 or something. But I don't want to reset just because of a couple of, I don't know. I don't want to reset because at some point, if I reset when I'm, like, plus 10 or whatever, I am not going to get out of lobby all day. And also, so there's that for sanity reason. Also, I just need more practice throughout the entire game, so carrying out runs that are, like, sloppy but not, you know, an abomination are, like, good. Well, maybe I'm not fully plus 25. No, I am. Oh, no, sorry, never mind. I'm not plus 25, I'm plus 24.9. Run fucking saved, baby. We're so back. We are so back as I lose more than 0.1 entering a fucking door. I thought I was gonna die there, not gonna lie. Alright, CCM time. Oh! Mario has broken many, many bones. It's kind of crazy if you think about that, like... I don't know. I feel like in games with no fall damage, it's like, okay, you can have, like, suspension of disbelief or whatever. But if you think about it, games with partial fall damage, it means that, like... if you're already injured to some extent, like, falling off a cliff can kill you, at least in Mario, because, like... because it never does fully, like... you'll never get fully lethal, like, you'll not go from perfectly healthy to dead just by fall damage. The most you can do is half health in this game. And so if you're already banged up, then you can die by, like, falling off a cliff. But if you're fully healthy, you can fall from any height, and you'll just, like, be half healthy. It's like, Mario has broken a lot of bones, but, like, will never die from those injuries unless there are previous injuries. What? Also, if you do a mid-air kick before you land, then you just don't take any fall damage, because... sure, you can just stop your momentum like that while falling. That's definitely how this should work. Whenever he breaks a bone, he recovers from just one coin. Clearly, the Mushroom Kingdom has better healthcare than the United States. I mean, they are gold coins, right? If I were to collect, like, a pure gold coin, and then, like, take that as payment to a doctor's office, I feel like that would get me some pretty good insurance. Penguin jump scare, shout out to Cherry. Also, I'm surprised I didn't fail CCM hundos. What are the size of coins and the size of Mario? We can calculate what each coin is worth. This feels like a game theory episode. I don't know how tall Mario is canonically. In this game, the coins are pretty thin, but they're, like, decently tall. That was a weird camera angle there, but it worked, so I'm not going to question it. I actually thought that was a pretty decent CCM, and I lost time. Although I think I was comparing to gold, so that's actually not a terrible split. No, maybe that wasn't a comparison to gold, actually. Maybe that was just not a good... CCM, I feel like, is a stage where I will just lose time and gain time and never really understand why. How did I miss not one but both of those? Well, this is gonna be the slowest thing in the world now. I have to glide down super slowly to keep my height up when you miss coins like that, and missing the first ones is just the worst. Missing the last ones, at least, you get the first 6 reasonably quickly. Missing the first ones, everything is just painfully slow. Yeah, it's bad. Oops. Also, I did miss a coin there, so that's... We're gonna have to make that up later. Also, I can't grab the Mega Mushroom, apparently. Wow, one of those coins went off the ledge? Jesus, okay. Oh wait, shoot, I am down more than I realized. That's fine. We'll just have to get some backup points. I thought I was only down to 1 coin I missed, but it turns out I'm actually down 2 right now. Ew, okay. Hi, Goomba. I didn't even see you there. Well, hey, there's the coins we were down. I don't want to continue this run. Morning, Shadow. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the good luck. Things are not going great, as judged by the fact that we are down massive amounts of time. Yeah, I'm just gonna reset. I was down like 30 seconds and counting. Like, I still had to get an entire additional star to be able to split there. That was just not a good run. The nature of speedrunning. So true. No, surely you bring it back to, hey there, Typhoon, welcome back to the stream, hope you're doing well. You can watch today, epic. Huge shame for the unemployed. God, that's too real. Says the person who is employed, but I feel you in spirit. Not that being a grad student, like, feels like a real job, but it is in the sense that I am getting paid. I thought I was gonna fall into the moat. Typhoon, when are you coming back to 64DS? I feel like I ask you this every time you come by a 64DS stream. You're in 22 very soon, and in Australia that means job seeker payments. What is that like unemployment payments where you like get paid if you're actively get paid a little bit just for actively seeking out a job, even if you don't get one? I think that's how U.S. unemployment stuff works. I'm not 100% sure. I have been told that, like, you do need to get unemployment benefits, I think you need to show some proof of actively, like, interviewing or applying to new jobs. But I don't really know how that works, because I've never been in that position. Hopefully never will be, but who knows, you know? You get a certain amount of money every fortnight if you don't earn over a certain threshold. Got it. Oh, I couldn't have gotten a 15. I really had to get 16 flat. I do not get 15s as Yoshi very often at all, and a 16 flat just feels insulting. Even though I know the difference between a 16 flat and a 15, like, on the overall speedrun is, like, functionally nothing. One frame does not really matter that much in a speedrun that is 81 minutes long. It just feels bad. The in-game timers are too catchy. This happens to every speed game. People go nuts over it. Yeah, I mean, like, 12.8 reset is, like, a big OG 64 meme, right? And, like, the difference in between 12.7 and 12.8 in an entire 2-hour, 120-star speedrun is so much nothing. It's so little, but people go crazy over it. And even with an in-game timer, it's just like, I don't know. Losing 1 second when it's measured on an in-game timer feels so much more debilitating than losing 1 second to just a random movement mistake that you don't really realize until it comes up on a split. Gonna not get PB by 1 frame now. I don't even know if I have the tools to, like, frame accurately measure my run so that I could even tell if I were off by that little. Also, if I get a run within a second of PB or whatever, I wouldn't be that I mean, okay, depending on situation, I might be upset, but I'm not expecting any runs nearly at PB level today, so it kind of would be crazy if I got one that close. Nice. Nice long jump, Yoshi. Proud of you for that one. that was... Okay, who thought that ground pound would work? Because I certainly didn't. I mean, I did it knowing it was my best odds of making that jump, I just did not think it would work. That looked weird. Sorry, I really missed a message from you. You're in that position right now, you've graduated and you're trying to get your foot in the door. Yeah, job market seems tough right now. This category is insane and so hard not to completely throw. Some would say I have never managed to do that. I mean, look at the difference between my PB and some of best. It is not small. Minutes isn't too bad. I think when I got this PB, my sum of best was like a high 118 or low 119, so it was actually a pretty insane PB for me at the time. And then I've gotten a few more gold since then. This is the worst camera angle. I was fully looking at the touchscreen minimap to figure out where I was going there because my camera angle was awful. Alright, plus 1.3 looks a lot better than the plus 18 I was last run. How did I bonk on that? That was the worst attempt at a side flip ever. That was, like, truly atrocious to the point where I did a completely different movement thing that was so far off of what I was trying to do. Holy shit, I'm so bad at the game. Side flipping is a myth? Well, I just did one. I will say the one concrete thing about... I shit on OG Mario 64 a fair amount here, because I do think this is a better version of the game. Side flipping in that game feels infinitely better than side flipping in this game. That is the one upgrade I will say. Also, what is my angle right now? Holy fuck. You'd hope the game with normalized movement would be a lot more consistent, but nope. I mean, I was talking about this earlier, but like, the reason I'm not consistent at this game is I don't play it enough and I never practice. Like, I do runs and that's it. And I haven't done a single run of this game in 2 months, so like... It doesn't matter how normalized the movement is, I don't have the internal consistency because I play this game like 10 times a year at this rate. And some of those are 150 runs, which I usually do no reset, so... I definitely pressed the A button instead of the B button there for some reason. That is the second time I have fucked up getting off of that pole today. Two people made the same I didn't see the side flip joke. Okay. Good to know Twitch chat is being supportive as always. You disagree with this game being better? I don't know if I'd call this game much better. But I do think it is better. Because holy shit, the camera in 64 sucks so bad. The dive is deeply unsatisfying, I find. Because it just sends you straight into the ground. And you can't, like, use it to extend jumps like you would in every subsequent game with a dive. I lost a lot more time there than I realized. Okay. Wall jumping being a 5-frame window is just very annoying, and they removed that in every subsequent Mario game, which is how you can tell it wasn't well thought out. And people will still defend that. What the fuck? I am doing the sketchiest movement of all time. Hit the fucking switch! It's better in a lot of days, but worse in other ways too. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, say you're... Okay, maybe I will, because I think to some extent me saying 64DS is, like, the better version of the game. It is what I believe. I think I also, like, play it up as more of a bit than it really is. I feel like the bit is that I am just a 64 hater. Which is not quite true. I do think OG 64 is overrated. I don't think it's a bad game. And I do think 64DS is better. I would also say, like, every other 3D Mario game other than OG 64 is better than 64DS. Undoubtedly has better controls and mechanics. I don't know if I'd agree that it's better mechanics. The controls are a little bit subjective, but I will say that certainly the joystick is better than a directional movement. I will give you that. I don't know if I'd say it has better mechanics. I think having more playable characters and more stages adds a lot to this game. But yeah. Also, how many fucking times am I gonna... This is like... I realize I've had these same conversations a gazillion times. I feel like every, like, third 64DS stream, I just end up giving my thoughts about, like, the 3D Mario series as a whole. You are the opposite. You think 64DS is very underrated and 64DS is rated correctly. That is a perfectly respectable opinion. Like, that's fair. I think 64DS is underrated and 64 is overrated. But, like, if I were to put them on, like, a tier list, I would have 64 as, like, a C+ game and DS as, like, a B to B- game. Like, it's not that different. You would rate both of them higher? That's... I mean, it is kind of... I don't know. I think it's also hard because, like... I'm comparing this to, like, other 3D Mario games in large part, right? Like... They're not... Like, C tier does not mean it is a bad game. Like, C tier for me would be, like, legitimate 7 out of 10 and not, like... IGN review inflated 7 out of 10. Oh god, I have fucked up so bad. Well, that was bad. CCM Hundo is so dumb. I did it properly the first time on the shitty run. You think every 3D Mario is B+ minimum? That's fair. I think to some extent, at some point a long time ago, I, like, made a tier list of every single 3D Mario game, and, like, on that scale, I have to, like, differentiate things a little bit, so some stuff drop down to B or C. Two of them maybe you would drop below B, and one of them is the one most people would not agree with you on. I'm curious what that one is. There's never been a bad 3D Mario. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Also, I am sure 64 was like an incredible game to play in 1996. It is just no longer 1996. You would put Galaxy 1 at C. Honestly, you're not the first person I've heard with that take. I know Adam doesn't like the Galaxy 1 that much. I get it. Like, it's not... The movement in Galaxy is not as in-depth as in the other games. And it just is a slower paced game in general, and it's more linear than, like, 64 and Sunshine, and some people don't like that. I hear all that, but also I have, like, infinite nostalgia for Galaxy 1, and still love playing it. And for me, it's S- tier, probably. S or S-. And to be clear, Galaxy 2 is better than Galaxy 1. I feel like everything in Galaxy is perfect except the gameplay and level design, which is like, oops, this is a video game. That's... I can see that, yeah. Please turn the other way, Yoshi. Okay. Fuck me. I tried. I really tried to make that work. I mean, actually perfect, like, better than every other Mario game, kind of good. But the gameplay is so ass. Galaxy 1 certainly... Look, I don't personally agree with that opinion, but I respect that opinion. I love Galaxy 1. But also, Galaxy 1 was the game that got me into 3D Mario, so, like... There is an undoubtable nostalgia bias for me when talking about a few games. I think in terms of games I have the biggest nostalgia for, it would be Galaxy 1, Mario Kart DS, and New Soup DS. Those are the games I have the biggest nostalgia for. And I will still say that Mario Kart DS is the best Mario Kart game. Is that nostalgia? Probably. Is that my opinion? Yes. Oh, do you want to just run through all my opinions on 3D Mario games? 64, I think, is, like... In my tier list, I would probably put it at, like, C+. This game, I'd probably put it at, like, B-. Sunshine is, like, a B or B+ to me. It's a game I want to enjoy far more than I actually enjoy playing. You put DS second and in the same tier as first place on Mario Kart, that's fair. Oh, that was a weird slide. Yeah, so, what did I say? 64, like, C+-ish, this game, like, B or B-, Sunshine, B or B+. I wanna enjoy Sunshine, I just don't as much. Galaxy 1 I have as, like, S or S-. What's next? Galaxy 2... I'm so bad at slide today. Galaxy 2, that is better. I'd put that at S or S+. Galaxy 1 has better environments, but Galaxy 2 has just better gameplay. And the gameplay is more important than everything else to me. I have more nostalgia for Galaxy 1, and it's a much better and it has much more character to it. Galaxy 2 is just better gameplay. Sometimes cool, but it's objectively flawed. I agree. I guess the next release one is 3D Land, but I've never played that because I don't own a 3DS, so we're gonna skip that one. 3D World, I'd put as, like, A or A-. It's good. Like, it's got good level design. It's not as, you know, imaginative or creative as some of the other games, and that dings it a little bit. It doesn't have, like, the whimsy that I think, like, 3D Mario games typically have. But there's nothing wrong with it as a game. It's very fun as long as you don't dislike hard games. Actually, there are certain parts of that that will kick your ass. Especially given how long the post-game is at. Holy shit, I ever started playing 3D World and it's like, this game does not fucking end. What's next on the release order? Again, after 3D World, it's Odyssey. Odyssey S+. Odyssey is my favorite game of all time. I think I've made that pretty well known. Oh, sorry, you're talking about Sunshine, not 3D World. Yeah, Sunshine will kick your ass. It very much kicked mine when I played it. Sorry, I didn't realize what you were referring to. Yeah, Sunshine absolutely kicked my ass when I played it. I could not get used to the physics of that game, and the blue coins I definitely would not have been able to find all of them without a guide, or having watched 120 stars, or 120 shy speedruns in the past. And I guess the one left is Bowser's Fury, which, like, Bowser's Fury is, I think, the weirdest one to grade, because it's, like, so short. Like, it is not really a full game, but what we have is really good. So I'd probably give it, like, an A, and if it were, like, 3 times as much game, then it would probably be an S. Like a full-size game, but it's just not. You don't give Odyssey enough love, you don't have enough nostalgia. I don't know if nostalgia is how I would describe Odyssey. Given that it came out when I was, like, 20. It's not like Odyssey's a childhood game for me. It's a game I really like. Oh, sick, we got a fucking stream boo bot. Thank you, Automod, for catching that. You feel like you should care about it as much as your childhood games? Oh, I see. Honestly, I feel the same way for Galaxy 1 versus Galaxy 2. Where, like, I know and literally just ranked Galaxy 2 as better than Galaxy 1, but, like, I feel like if you ask me to, like, pick one of the games to play for an hour, I might pick Galaxy 1, even though I know it's the worst game. Does that make sense? I've replayed Galaxy 1 many more times than I've replayed Galaxy 2. And I know those games only came out like 3 years apart, but that makes a big difference when you're 10. Galaxy 1 has better vibes, that's true. To be fair, the most recent times I played Galaxy 1, I have not actually seen the physical game. So that's amusing. Side flips continue to be a myth. So that was not nearly as good a Womps as last time, although I think a lot of that was slide, but... Side flips continue to be a fucking myth. Holy shit. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about when I say, like, I haven't seen the game, I've been, over the course of, like, 3 years, I think, at this point, I have been playing Mario Galaxy with Rain, but the person with the controller is blindfolded and the other one has to guide them through the game. And that is not easy, fun fact! You'll say Galaxy 1 is no doubt better for that than Galaxy 2. I also just know Galaxy 1 a lot better than I know maybe not a lot better, but I know Galaxy 1 very well, so I think I can do a pretty reasonable job of guiding blindfolded, or playing blindfolded and still kind of knowing what's going on. Galaxy 2, because I haven't played through it nearly as many times, I don't have as much of a memory for it. There's a custom, you're organizing your Twitch and there's a custom channel point reward that just says eat drumstick. What? What? How many channel points was that for? What is that? Is that like a chicken drumstick? Like one of those ice cream cone things that's called a drumstick? Like what would that even mean? You're Super Mario Galaxy 2 pilled? Maybe it's flexible. Maybe just eat a physical wooden drumstick. Hey there, Spawner. Thanks for the good luck. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I ain't gonna judge. I would not recommend eating a wooden drumstick. I don't think wood has a lot of nutrition, and I don't really think your digestive system could handle it particularly well. I'm not gonna lie, I think if somebody told me they regularly ate wooden drumsticks, I would judge them for that. I think that is not something I can say I ain't gonna judge to. You know, people be peopling, so true. People do, in fact, be peopling. You don't do it regularly, just special occasions like the holidays. Oh, okay, yeah. For International Drum Day, there's an exception. Then it's almost mandatory. You have to respect the drummers by eating all the bad drumsticks and then breaking out the new ones. I think that's a yearly celebration of renewal. Feeling grateful for being a part of my Evan and Adam streams over the years. Thank you so much, Osmar. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate you being here after all these years. It's crazy that I've been streaming for almost 5 years. We are like 3 weeks out from 5 years of streaming, which is fucking wild. Gotta stay cultured. So true, Shadow. Also, speaking of me, Evan, and Adam, we are going to be playing Mario Party on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. It's gonna be the 3 of us and Roy Brew playing Mario Party Jamboree together. I know Evan's streaming it. I'm like 90% sure I will stream it unless I feel like super low energy for whatever reason. No idea if Adam's streaming it or not. Hopefully he is. Ryru's probably streaming it. But yeah, Mario Party Jamboree on Sunday on some combination of the 4 of our channels. I haven't played Jamboree in a while, so it should be fun. And it's always fun playing with friends. I think because of how, like, infrequently I have streamed recently, and, like, the travel and just general uncertainties in my schedule, it's been hard to, like, plan, like, collab streams, so I'm thankful that, or happy that we were able to get this one together. Oh, nice camera change. Hi there, Penguin. Please get out of my way. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, we're losing time. Okay, ignore what I said on, like, the first run. I'm absolutely not comparing against the gold CCM. I have 8 seconds of time savior. Man, I got a DM from Evan yesterday saying, like, hey, I'll play Mario Party and something. I'm like, sure, sounds fun. And then he added me to a group DM. He said it was, like, the easiest collab stream he has ever planned. Like, everyone was just free immediately. Also, it's really funny to me that this happened because, like, this happened Tuesday, right? On literally Monday night, I had a dream that I was doing a stream with Evan. And I don't even know what we were playing, because, like, it's a dream, so you don't always know what's going on. But I do remember the main thing about this dream is I realized I didn't have desktop audio sharing on, so nobody could hear Evan in the VC. And I'd been streaming for 2 hours and nobody had told me this in chat. 2 hours into stream, I noticed that something in OBS was wrong. And nobody had said anything. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's a fair... it's a fair interpretation of how streaming goes in dreams. But it's just really funny that then the next day, Evan's like, hey, you want to stream together? I'm like, yeah, sure. Oop. I jumped too early. Well, second time's a charm is the saying everybody knows and loves. Man, I know this run is not great. It really doesn't feel like I should be plus 22. But that's the world we live in, I guess. I'll get that later. That was shockingly good RNG. Dude, what the hell? Why can't that was amazing RNG. I did not miss a single coin there. Nor did I really have to go out of the way. That was really, really good, Wamso. No RNG wasted on this fucking run. You don't post your Twitch to the 64DS Discord anymore? Honestly, no, I haven't in a while. I think the reason why is because I'm, like, somewhat ashamed of how bad I'm playing, and, like, because I have no expectations of playing well and haven't played this game in 2 months, it's like, I don't really want to share this with, like, the 64DS Discord. I don't want to share being plus 22 all the time with those people. Okay, that was sick that I landed exactly on the red point I needed. And, like, I know that it's not like a judgmental community, but it's like, this doesn't feel like a speedrun stream necessarily because there's no expectations of good gameplay. It's just me playing 64DS at a moderate pace and then resetting. How did that Goomba damage me, but I also landed on it? And so that's also another thing to add when you're streaming, which is not vibes. I mean, that was a really, really weird-looking dive recovery. I probably should run the 64DS Discord, but like, eh. If I'm doing I used to when I was like streaming the game like once a week, and it's like, okay, then there's actual like I haven't PB'd an 80 star in like 2 years. And I've done like 1 or 2 80 star streams this year. Like, realistically, that, like, with the rate I am playing the game and the lack of time I have to, like, practice this game off stream and lack of desire I have to practice this game off stream, like, it's whatever, you know? It's a fun thing to do. And I do enjoy running the game. And, you know, I wish I had infinite time and I could, you know, practice this and get back into Odyssey running and grind versus more and also play every single other game in my backlog and, like, that requires about 10 times more time than I currently have. Got a lot going on right now. The amount of space you need for oh yeah, you don't need like any space for a triple jump in this game. You just need to, like, tap up before your double jump lands, and then you'll, like, get a triple jump. If you're holding run. But yeah, you don't need, like, any space for it. You can also do a double jump, and then turn in the exact opposite direction and triple jump, like, backwards. Which I don't really know how to do, and I don't do that because it's just, I don't know, I don't know strats for that, but, like, OG 64 runners watching 64DS triple jumps is really, really hilarious. It's like, what the fuck is that triple jump, dude? I'm like, yeah, that's just how this game be. Hey there, Sid. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Are you winning? No. I am not. I am, in fact, plus 27. And have not saved time on a single split so far. You're saying you need negative speed to do the one? I guess in that situation, yeah. Meh. That was a pretty mid-slide. Alright. Dark World time! I mean, you can do a triple jump, like, this one will look more normal in terms of the amount of space, because I do actually want to move forward there. I think it's hard for me to, like, fully describe how triple jumping works. A lot of it is kind of muscle memory with, like, how much space you want between all your jumps for various situations. Mamma mia. Like, you need to be holding up when your double jump lands, but then you can have, like, a variable amount of how much you hold up. Or, sorry, but out. I guess not before the double jump lands, but, like... Sorry, before your second jump you need to be holding up. But then, like, the amount of jump you hold in the air between the second... The amount of up you hold between the second and third jumps can vary, depending on, like, if you really are super constrained or if you're trying to build up more momentum. That was just not the right angle at all. It just wasn't. I don't know why I thought that would work. I think maybe I turned the camera too early and, like, it would have been fine if I hadn't. I don't know, but it was not. Whatever it was, did not work. Alright, let's try this shit again and maybe get out of lobby this time. I missed the... I hit shift instead of enter. Now I can't even do my... I can't even start my splits properly. We are falling apart. Oh, my lord. So how do you guys feel about the lobby of the Mario 64DS castle? Because I'm not sure if we're really going to be seeing much else today. You think so, huh? Oh. Yeah, I guess you could technically make me, play the full game. If you have enough channel points. I don't know how many channel points you have. I think it would be cool if creators could see, like, a top 10 leaderboard of, like, who has the most channel points in their channel. Because, like, I would, like to know, you know, how many people could redeem the viewer's choice ring if they wanted to, you know? And, like, maybe adjust accordingly, so, like, you know, it's set for an amount that, like, you know, the top 5 or 10 or whatever can do that. I don't know if that would just be a hard thing to program to be able to see everyone's channel points, but... I don't think I've ever seen it. There were certainly, like, channel point leader... Like, okay. That's a... There were, like, external programs that gave you, like, points for viewing and stuff. Like, Evan had... Maybe still has one. Adam had one. It was, like, you could, like, gamble or do slots and stuff, but, like... It wasn't, like, built into Twitch, and you couldn't really redeem it for stuff. It was just kind of... there. It was like, there was a command you could type, and it's like, you have 30,000, you know, Daisy dollars, or whatever Evans were called. And you could get a, like, you would get it, like, I mean, you could set up that, like, it would give more to subs, and it was depending on how many hours you'd watched, and you could gamble with them and stuff, and holy shit, that was terrible momentum. But it wasn't the Twitch channel points. I don't know if that's the predates Twitch channel points or it was inspired by Twitch channel points. I'm not sure which direction the inspiration goes. But as far as I know, it's like the equivalent of like those things in Discord that give you level ups depending on how many like messages you send. It's more cosmetic than anything else. I think Super Stevia may at some point have had a way to like redeem those points for like playing sound effects on stream, like a sound alerts kind of thing. And use Twitch channel points as a base. Maybe. I mean, it might have been using a very similar formula, but I don't think it played into Twitch's API for, like, channel points at all. I don't know. I don't know how that worked exactly. That was a weird... Okay, sure. I, like, slid off of Toad. So, like, I think you could use it to, like... Maybe you could set it up to redeem very specific things. I don't really know how that worked on Stevia chat, and I don't remember seeing anyone else, like, use it to redeem on any, like, practical thing, like a channel point reward on Twitch does. I know you could use it for, like, gambling, or, like, Wisdom has some system set up where you can use it to play, like, blackjack, or some, like, AI death battle thing. Like, there's ways to do that, but I don't think they're as good as Twitch. They're more flexible in some ways, but just harder to have practical effects. No, I don't know. And I think also require a fair amount of, like, custom coding or stealing someone else's custom code to do anything, versus Twitch is, like, built in and it requires very little effort to set up. I just type in some things and boom, it's there. I'll say, as a reminder, you can do several things to the stream with your channel points. I think 1,000 channel points, you can make me switch my splits comparison. It's currently against PB, but you can make me compare to any of the default live split options. For 2,000, you can make me do the next run on a new file instead of a 0-star file if you really, really want to watch that sweet, sweet 2-minute long opening cutscene. For 3,000, I will take a 10-minute minigame break and play the 64DS minigames between runs. I think for 5,000 it is, you can give me a character and a course, and I will do an individual world run where I will try to get every star from that level as that character as fast as possible. And for 10,000, you can make me turn the current run into a no reset run, and if I do reset, I will gift you a sub. As incentive to, you know, actually stick with that, and if I reset if you're already subbed and I reset the no reset, I will gift a random sub to someone in chat. And there's also the viewer's choice stream, which is just there for everything. If you have a particular game you want me to play on stream that I own or have access to through, like, NSO or something, I think it's currently at 70,000 channel points, I will do that. What have I been made to play through these Viewer Choice streams? I know Simon had me do a full playthrough of Tales from the Borderlands. I've done a Pushmo World stream, a Baba Is You stream, and a Balatro stream through the Viewer's Choice. roommate turned off the air conditioning because it just got really fucking hot in my room over the past, like, hour. Okay, maybe not just, but over the past, like, 20-30 minutes, it's gotten a lot hotter. I know that's not exactly interesting to anyone, but I don't have anything else interesting to say about Womp's Fortress. Because, you know, I've been in Womp's Fortress a million times this stream. A large... I don't know what percentage of 64DS streams are just Womp's Fortress, but it's a pretty high percent. Higher than any other stage. Because you play through the full thing, and it's done at the start of the run, so... You have the most practice with these starts. That is true. Doesn't mean I necessarily do them well, as judged by some of the previous Womp splits, but it does mean they're a lot more muscle memory than, like, Dark World or, like, anything in basement or upstairs, so I just have a little bit less inherently to say about what's going on. It's just... Womp's Fortress is just kind of playing on autopilot. I mean, that was a reasonable Womps. We have, like, identical movement patterns in the first 20 minutes. What do you, like, me and you, we do, like, the same thing in the first 20 minutes? Or are you saying that, like, I do the same thing in the first 20 minutes? Side flips continue to be a lie. Also, triple jumps, apparently. Us two, same mannerisms. Yeah, that makes sense. When's the last time you've, like, played 64DS? Years ago? Did you do anything for the 20th anniversary, or no? I forget. I don't think we really did much as a community for it. I don't think we really thought about it, unfortunately. It is crazy to me that this game is 20 years old. Transformers 20th anniversary happened. Oh yeah, right, it is same, right, because it's Transformers 04, so yeah, same year. When's the last time you've played Transformers? I feel like every time I've seen you live recently... What the f... You can ledge grab that? Since when? Since when can you ledge grab that? What? No, hold on, what the fuck? What? I am befuddled by that. That ledge is thinner than a sheet of paper. It's also, like, tilts. It's not like a stationary ledge. Okay, whatever. I'll just eat the time loss here. Oh, I did that way too early. That was, oh, this split sucks. For not dying, that's about as bad as this split could go. For not dying or getting kleptoed and losing a silver star, that's about as bad as the split can go. I'm losing all of the time here, dude. What the fuck? Plus 20! Yay! Enter. God. I suck at video games. Also, sorry, what I was saying before I got completely caught off guard by that ledge grab is that I feel like every time I've seen you streaming recently, it's been Rocket League stuff. You came back to Transformers in March, discovered an insane breakthrough, then dipped. Oh, nice! What was the insane breakthrough? Would I not understand it because I don't know the game very well? How much time does it save? It's not time save necessarily, just something people didn't think was possible. Oh, that's neat. I mean, that's better than anything I've done in 64DS. I think I may have discovered one glitch. That's not useful, but it does exist. I also found something out about how the credit sequence worked, but that was well known, or that was known to, like, that was known to people, just not known to me, that, like, the credits gives you stars. Which is a funny concept. Imagine, like, scaling inverted pyramid early. Got it. You slightly improved the backup strat for mirror clip. I think I found this out, or at the very least, I don't know if anyone knew this before it happened to me on stream, but if you soft reset the game while talking to a Bob-omb buddy that shows you red coin locations, then on any red coin star, when you boot... I suck. Fucking antisocial Mario doesn't want to talk to a penguin. I realize I can't even show this, like, properly. I don't even really want to, but, like... Here, if I, like, go to... Like, this is something I discovered. If I go to Womp's Fortress, and you talk to this guy... I'll show you all the red coin locations, which I can, like... I don't know. Whatever, right. You can see that on this display, you can see all the red coin locations. And then on every red coin star in the game, it will... God, this is so small to play off of, holy shit. You know, this could be a channel point incentive, is, like, play the game in, like, the worst menu view. How good of a time could I get playing like this? Why do I want to do this now? It's really actually distracting. Is there any that's, like, not terrible? I mean, I know I could do, like... this. But then the problem is this actually affects my D-pad, where up is, like, left. So that doesn't work. Anyways, the point is those red coins disappear, but if you soft reset the game in the dialogue where those appear, then if you go to any red coin star, then this screen, then, like, the red coins will be up. I guess I can show this. So, soft reset. I think this should even preserve across files. So, like, if I go to a red coin star... Also, I have no idea if this will preserve if I soft reset again, and I don't really want it clogging on screen, but, like, I go to any red coin star... This doesn't work for every star, but you go to any red coin star... And bam! They're just there. And then, like, you can see yourself collecting them in real time. If I ever do, like, the challenge run that I've thought of, which is a sub-goal technically, where, like, is a sub-goal I have, where, like, I will do a run while only looking at the touchscreen and not the top screen, I will set up this glitch. But yeah, you can just see them being collected in real time. The really funny thing about this glitch... Also, wow, the exit course button is so small. The really funny thing is this even applies to other... I guess, like, other situations have the red coin flag, even if there's not a Bob-omb Bunny there normally. This is a screen that should never appear in normal gameplay. Because there's no Bob-omb Bunny in here. You can't even talk to NPCs underwater, and the entire stage is underwater. Also, do you really need to know where the red coins are in the fucking aquarium? But yeah, it still works for for stages like this. For stuff like Dark World or whatever, it makes sense because there are Bob-omb Bunnies in there normally. But for this, it's really, really funny that you can do it in, like... The aquarium, I think, is the funniest place to have this glitch active, because this is not a screen that should... This screen shouldn't even be... What the hell did I do that just triggered a 1-up? This screen should never even be, like, programmed to appear. You get a 1-up if you, like, swing through the middle of this coin ring? This screen should never be programmed to appear, but it is. So I don't know if there was originally a Bob-omb Bunny here, or they just made it for all the red coin stars, and then this just has a red coin star flag, even though, like... I don't know, it's just a weird feature. Or I don't know if feature is the right word, just a weird glitch. And I'm, like, pretty sure I'm the one that... I definitely found that out on stream without knowing it was a thing. And people seem surprised when I posted about that in Discord. I don't know if I'm the first one ever to figure that out. But I might be. Once again, not really a meaningful discovery in the scheme of things. It's not like that saves time. It's like a moderate convenience factor, maybe. But like, if you're running this game, you know where the red coins are anyways. It's just a funny glitch you can do. Alright, back to actual serious runs. My guess is what's happening there is, like, when you soft reset the game, like, you talk to the thing and there's a flag to show the red coins, and when you soft reset the game, the flag doesn't get reset. And normally the flag would get, like, turned off by closing the dialogue, but you never close the dialogue. If you're wondering how I found that out on accident, it's because I was in a run, and I was trying to jump up to the owl to do the owl star, but I talked to the Bob-omb Bunny instead of jumping into the owl, and I was upset, and so I instantly soft reset. And then I got back there the next run, I'm like, wait, why am I seeing red coins now? I think somewhere in my, like, Twitch highlights there's something that says, like, 64DS red coin glitch or something. If you look far enough back in the highlights. I don't think it's stream archive, because I think this was before I started archiving every stream I did. But I definitely highlighted the actual glitch. I probably didn't highlight the full, like, setting it up until discovery. I probably just said, wait a sec, because, like, that would be, like, 7 minutes of the run or whatever, but... But yeah. I think it's cool. I don't think it's particularly a meaningful discovery, but... I don't even want to say that's my claim to fame, because I A, don't think people know that that's a glitch that exists, and B, I don't think people know that I'm the one that found that, if I am even the one that found that, but... I don't know. This is just me rambling about something, but once again, what else am I gonna say? Oh man, we're jumping into PSS for the 87th time this stream. Hey, we got an actual 15 this time. That's cool. My best Yoshi slide time tonight, 1584. We'll take that. We take those. Certified we take those moments. Mana. Anyways, how's it going, chat? Sorry, I just truly do not have anything to say. I'm just zoning out and in my own world while still playing through Wonk's Fortress at, you know, some amount of skill. There's only so much time I can spend in early game and, like, still have anything to talk about. Nice side flip. So, like, I don't know. Maybe this is another reason I don't advertise to speedrun streams, because, like, sometimes they just don't feel like they're of particularly good quality. Because, like, speedrun streams can be entertaining through, like, the streamer themselves being entertaining, which your mileage may vary on that. It's hard for me to, like, judge myself as an entertainer effectively. Like, but I don't think I'm, like, the most entertaining just as a person. They can be entertaining for, like, having top-tier gameplay, which is obviously not what I'm all about. Sometimes they can be entertaining for, like, funny fails, but I don't even know if my fails are particularly amusing. It's just, well, he made a dumb mistake in Dark World again. So yeah, I guess what I have left to go off of is just, like, vibes, which can be fun. I think the vibe of stream, I think my general vibe is good, but sometimes it can just be discouraging being stuck in early game for a while, and that brings down the vibes. You always enjoy 64DS streams even if you're stuck in an early game. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate that. Yeah, you might be the #1, like, 64DS viewer. That would be another cool Twitch. Well, I don't know. I don't know, because, like, for the Twitch recap, they have, like, you know, these were the people that, you know, were your biggest fans. But it could also be cool to see, like, hey, this person was the biggest fan for your 64DS streams, or this person was the biggest fan for when you did a playthrough of Crash Bandicoot. Like, that would be interesting to see that, like, broken up. It's like, yeah, you know, I played this game for 20 hours this year. Who watched the most of that? That was actually close to a gold split. Plus 1.2. Still, not that far off. Best womps of the day. I have yet to hit that side flip. It just doesn't exist. There's a decent amount of nostalgia you get from these from back when you were actively speedrunning. Yeah, that makes sense. Are you gonna get back into speedrunning at some point, or just not enough time these days? It's the kind of thing where you're not avoiding it, you're just not actively making time for it. Got it. That makes sense. I don't know, for 64DS, I think I barely meet the minimum criteria for actively making time for it. One stream every, you know, whenever. But I just haven't had... The last couple of months have been very hectic for a variety of reasons. And have left me with less time to stream than I would have liked, and less energy to stream than I would have liked. I don't want to say I'm, like, forcing myself to stream the last couple weeks, because I think that's not quite the best way of phrasing it. But I think I do genuinely get, like, good mental health benefits from streaming, and I need to stream a little bit more than I have been to give my life more balance. You have a decade-old unfinished business? That is a long time for unfinished business. I don't know if I have anything I call unfinished business that goes a decade back. This split has been so bad all night. Well, probably because I just can't hit that one side flip, which saves time. At least we got a sub-12 Mario split for once. Maybe I've had one other sub-12. Like, on any sort of decent pace, that split I just had should be, you know, at currently 11:54 should be sub-12. But I think I've only had one run with that split being sub-12 tonight, maybe 0. You improved the run you wanted to, but now you want the record back. What category is it again? I forget. Is it warps or warpless? Oh, magical journey. Never mind. Completely different thing. I forgot how that category works. I know it's weird. What was that? What the hell? First of all, crazy ledge grab. But it just made my death take longer, ultimately. Ugh. Do we reset or keep going? That's like a 25-second time loss, probably. Alright. I was leaning towards reset anyways. You can make an egg despawn, but keep it in your inventory, then you can spawn things into that slot of your inventory, and you bring a boss key to end levels. Oh, right! Yeah, now I remember watching this. But you have to do things to make it faster or work at all. Yeah, that sounds like a very technical category, because it just... It's a magical journey! Who named it Magical Journey? That sounds like a Carl Sagan 42 quote, but I have no idea if that's actually why it's called Magical Journey. It was a quote? Okay. Because I remember hearing that quote in, what was it, the Yoshi's Highland ROM hack? I remember watching those way back in the day when that was, like, first a thing, and there was a... And, like, at some point, like, some very weird series of events happened. He was just, like, taken away on a moving platform, and he's like, we're going on a magical journey! So, unrelated to, like, actually speedrunning game, or even to the vanilla game in general. But it was just I should rewatch those videos at some point. That's probably close to 10 years old at this point, but... God damn, those are hilarious. That exact line was the name of the category? Okay. I was wondering if it was that. That just unearthed memories. That just unearthed some memories. You're pretty sure he used that line in his run when it was found? Ah, that would make sense. You're back from shaving? Welcome back, Typhoon. What have you missed? You missed... me... Side flips still aren't real. And I died in slip sliding away. And now we're back here. Back then it was just any percent? Oh, really? Okay. That was before, like... Is it Ace that is the current any percent, or just something that... Or just, like, a credits warp that isn't Ace? Because I knew you can beat the game in, like, level 1-2. It is Ace? Okay. I actually didn't realize that it was a legacy any percent category. I mean, I'm not in the Yoshi's Island scene, so I knew the Ace was a thing. I didn't realize that Magical Journey was, like, any percent pre-Ace. I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense that people would, like, do weird shit with the null egg glitch before finding Ace, but... I don't know. I certainly can't, like, fault things. This game that I'm playing right now, this 64DS has a legacy any percent category too. There is another category between Magical Journey and Ace as currently any percent no Ace. Yoshi's Island. A game I have never actually finished. It also used no link, but it uses memory correction to go 6-8 directly. Oh yeah, right. Now that I think about it, I remember... Was it Carl showing that off at an old GDQ? I feel like I've seen that. You get... I think Carl showed off that one at an old GDQ. He did like a glitch exhibition. Might be thinking of any percent. It definitely wasn't Ace. It was not. It was not Ace. This was really 2014 or something. 2015. I know it wasn't Ace because I know the gimmick at the end of the thing was that he got the fucking bonus challenge sprite in his inventory to, like, torment Triax who had just done a 100% run. So it was definitely using null egg shenanigans. So I think at some point he did... I think it was a more general glitch exhibition, but it, like, definitely did a lot of stuff with no, like, I think at some point he did, like, show that you could get to 6-8 through it, but didn't actually, like, play through the full stage. There's some shit you can do because you can grab most things, right? Yeah, it's a crazy concept for, like, a glitch. It's like, what if we just had any fucking sprite in the game in our inventory? The one-time side flips actually are real. I, like, fucked up my movement so much that it didn't even work. I did get the side flip. This is true. I just slid too far off the rail so it didn't make it up. The funny thing is, like, whether I make that side flip or not is my, like, litmus test for, like, how well I'm playing. Like, if I'm playing well... It's like if I make the side flip, it's like, oh damn, I'm gaming today. And if I don't, it's like, okay, we're rusty. Not playing well. And I may have made it my first run, I'm not sure. I certainly haven't made it since. Gotta give yourself victors. I mean, you know what? It's progress, right? We did the inputs correctly of the trick. We just didn't do the setup right. Or just positioning right. Mario World is something like that too, but don't know Mario World very well. You know, with Mario World, you can get, like, random objects into your, like, your item slot. You can get the orb, which will allow you to auto-complete a level. You can get Lakitu Cloud. I think those are, like, the most commonly used ones for speedrunning. Because for like any percent, you could either get the orb to skip the entirety of the first castle stage. Also, this was... My Goomba stages have been so bad today. You can either get like the orb to skip the castle stage, or the Lakitu Cloud to speed up the final Bowser fight. Yo, Cherry, thanks for the raid. How was your stream? Hope you had a good one. Welcome to a very, very bad session of 64DS speedrun attempts, which is not surprising given I haven't played the game in 2 months. It may look like I'm only +3 now, but I've lost like 15 seconds to split. With Nola, you can get a middle ring, and it can get you janky level running works. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't have high expectations today, but I got one run to Dark World and then died at the end of Dark World, and it was like +20 or something anyways. I have not gotten any good runs going. Which, like, was probably the expectation, but yeah. There's one IL that can use Null Egg in it, and it uses a middle ring. That's fascinating. Let's see, how was the stream? Hope you had a good time, Cherry. Fuck me. You have the world record in it? Nice. Ah! That's what we call the Apple Singer Special. That is actually what I call failing in that particular way. Because it's something that should literally never happen. Like, it's very... You have so much time to jump, but if you jump too early... And I'm notorious for doing that. And so I started calling it the Apple Singer Special. You know what the new viewers want to see? What do the new viewers want to see, Shadow? No reset run. Oh boy. Alright, I guess we're playing out this run all the way. You played Minecraft for the first time ever. That's interesting. What inspired that? Nice bonk. My instinct after that bonk was to click reset. I am not going to lie, my instinct was to reset. Peer pressure? To be clear, it's not, the confusion on my part is not that you haven't played Minecraft, because I have actually also never played Minecraft. It's more that you decided to randomly in 2025 play it for the first time. It's called a happy little bonk. Happy little bonk. People have been begging you to try it for a long time. That doesn't mean you'll do it. People begged you to move your TV for like 2 years before anything happened. Someone gifted you Minecraft? Ah, got it. So did you enjoy it? How was it? Also, I would give you a shout out, but I sadly cannot give a shout out while speedrunning. And my mods are not here right now, so... Everyone go follow Cherry, even though I can't type in the command that makes it easier to do so. Don't know how you feel about it yet. Think you need to play more. I guess that makes sense. This is a kind of big game, and you may not have a full impression of it in, like, your first 3-4 hours. I don't know how long you streamed for. Just very different. That's, yep. That's hard to argue with that. Certainly different than the kinds of games you usually play, which are, or the kind of games I usually play. Because we play pretty similar games. Alright, I will actually, fun fact, for no reset runs, I do Womp's Fortress in a slightly different order. That's awesome. Also, yeah, fun fact, there's a warp there, not everyone knows about that. Look at these sick backups. Haven't played 64DS in a while. Correct. You know what the people want. It's just me taking me. I don't even know if I can call that the casual route because there's no way a casual player will know there's a warp there, but. If you ever play that Iron Mario 64 hack, that warp can be very useful. Perhaps a break is all you need for a massive PB. I don't think that's going to be the case, given the quality of the gameplay we have seen so far, but I appreciate your optimism. Yeah, the last time I played 64DS was for Mario Day. And that was not even this category. That was not even a real category I was running, actually. I was running a fake category, so... I don't know, I think the last time I've run 80 stars in, like, February. Before my travel and... before all the travel and life stuff happened. I wonder if I could get the category I run, you know, submitted as a miscellaneous category. I don't think people would ever actually want to run it, but... I was running a category I made up called 100%. Which is... 150 star, but also you have to unlock every cannon and catch every rabbit. I've done it twice, once for Mario Day and once for 20th anniversary. And relatedly, I haven't done 150, like, proper in a while, because I've just done that twice, but... Yeah, there are 5 main categories in this game, and 3 miscellaneous categories. All of whom, in Relieved Liberty, has all 8 of the records. Which is insane. Relieved Liberty is so good at this game. We were talking about, like, legacy any percent categories earlier. So there's the any percent category. There's the 8-star category, which is essentially a legacy any percent. Because it's any percent, but you don't do one particular trick, which is the 8-star door skip. Which does what you think it does and skips the 8-star door. What a concept. Then there's 50-star, which is basically like 16-star. It's a longer, oh my god, the side flip is real. Much longer category than 16-star, but like, only using what I would call like basic glitches that like if you want to get into the game, that is a category that could be good to run and not the any % category. Yeah, I will say there's no great like super beginner friendly category like 16 star in this game, because I think 50 and 80 are the most beginner categories, and for new runners 50 would be like an hour probably, and 80 would be probably 2 hours or something like that. $50 might be over an hour, actually, for new runners. But it only uses 2 main glitches. It uses mode skip, it uses endless stair skip. And then there's 80, which is any % glitchless, which is what I'm doing. And then there's 1 to 50, which is get all the stars, but no restrictions. Those are the main 5 categories. As I said, Relief Liberty has all the records. I think 80% world record is like 9:30 something. I have no idea what 8 star is, like 14 minutes maybe? 50 star is like in the 40-ish minute range. 80 is like 103 and 150 is like 225. Well, okay, I know 80 is 103 something, and I know any % is 930, like somewhere in the mid 9 minute range. I think 930 something. I have no idea what 8 star is. 8 star record is. I don't know. I'm just rambling. I know the record here for this category is a 103 by Liberty. I don't know actually what the 150 record is. It might be a 227, but maybe Liberty beat that. It's like 225. I don't know. Somewhere in like 220 something. For comparison, my BB is a 340 something. No, sorry, 330 something. So I'm over an hour off of that world record. And 20 minutes off of this off of the world record for this category. Despite the side flip being real, I lost 10 seconds in that split due to other mistakes. But hey, we got the side flip and then immediately bonked, so I am so good at video games. Motherfucker! I do not want to continue. I already don't want to continue this run, and we have gotten 10% of the stars. Shadow, why have you done this to me? The death adds character. I wonder what this run's gonna finish at. It might not even. It's probably gonna be like 130 or some shit like that. Like, I'm already plus 45 seconds. Splits are gonna be so fun to run against when you PB. That would require me suddenly playing up to my potential. That would be crazy, be a minute ahead in early game and then just have to hold on for dear life because I golded the last 5 splits. Alright, it's time for CCM hundos, baby! I missed all the coins there. I don't know why I long jumped that. That was probably not smart. I'm just not really thinking right now. Just playing a video game that I am not... I'm already emotionally detached from this run, and it's got an hour and 15 minutes left or so. Alright, I need to not fail CCM hundos again, because that would just be devastating. I literally made that exact same mistake in a different run. Oh my lord. That's the same fucking mistake, dude. I don't think a PB is even possible at this point. I'm so not used to that text appearing because I'm used to skipping that text. Like, I genuinely got jump scared by that 12-star text. Honestly, I'm not even sure if it's fast to do this star by itself after having gotten the hundos elsewhere. I probably should be getting a different star right now. Or like, I don't know. There's other stars later in the run I could have done. Like, there's backups like, yeah. Actually, not really, now that I think about it. Yeah, I just missed all those coins. Is this gonna be a new worst CCM? Oh yeah, this is gonna be a massively new worst CCM. This is gonna be a new worst CCM by over a minute. Now granted, these are new-ish splits, so I don't think this is my literal worst CCM ever, and also, to get the new worst split in CCM, it has to be a no reset, because, like, obviously, if this were not a no reset, I would have reset already. Also, I did not think I was in the range of that text box. Yeah, so now we are behind our worst pace ever by... We're behind our worst by 40 seconds. But also, like, 144 is far from my worst ever. It's just my worst ever since I made these splits, which have 125 runs in them, according to the attempt counter. But yeah. It is weird that, like, your sum of worst is never going to be fully accurate, because your true worst won't even finish the splits. Well, we got tech skip at least. God, I just... Plus 202 is not a good feeling. Shadow, do you still believe in the PB? The man who has lost. Do you think I would need to play within a minute of Sob for the next hour? That was supposed to be a slide kick, not a dive. I can't imagine the kind of person who would play out every single run to have accurate worst splits. Yeah, I have no idea. That's what I was saying, right? Nobody will have an accurate sum of worst. Unless you literally are playing out every single run in, like... Who has the kind of patience to play out... Who has the kind of patience to play out every single run, especially if it's a run like, you know, this? Yeah. Chicane your 2025 PB. I don't even know what my 2025 PB is. We're finding out tonight. Have I completed a run in 2025? I don't know. What the fuck was that side flip? Okay, my last completed run was a 125.22. I do not know when that was from. But this is my most recent completed run. You're so good at side flips now. Oh right, I lost a cycle in 100 coins. I'm like, why am I losing time? I'm like, oh yeah, 100 coins is bad. The dreaded tricycle. Also known as third cycle. Not that I ever get first cycle, but usually I get second cycle. I don't even know what. I think it was just some random dude that joined the 64DS Corps that started calling, like, second cycle bicycle or something. And then third cycle became tricycle. I don't know if people called first cycle unicycle. I feel like it's just bicycle and tricycle. And it's like specifically that platform in Wamsundo. Like the rotating one with the red coin. And I lost the cycle because I bonked trying to slide kick up. Or I bonked on the wall jump after the slide kicks. Also, channel, I'm gonna be honest, I really hope that my PB for the... I don't know if you're referring to, like, a 2020 PB looking forward or looking back. Like, you're saying, like, this will be my best run of 2025 so far, or this will be my overall... I will not beat this before 2026. I missed the continue button. Looking back? Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what that PB would be. That 125 is not a crazy guess, but it might be better than that. Or it might be non-existent. I would have to look through my VOD channel to actually see it. Now you're invested, you want to be right. What? So what will happen if you're wrong then? Don't know. Okay. Fair enough. I forget which slide star I already have. I say Mario can do a double jump, but Yoshi can't make it up there with a double jump because Yoshi cannot jump as high as Mario. I have a fast star. Which is good because I just did that. I think one thing about my sum of best, with regards to this stage, PSS in particular, is I don't think my sum of best is technically achievable, in the sense that I feel like both my best Womp split and my best Dark World split probably both get the fast star and not the box star, because the fast star is just faster, and because I'm not consistent with which one I get first. So, like, if you actually put all of my sum of best segments together, I probably get the fast PSS star. How did that happen, dude? How? How was I that far off center? Those are kind of annoying to try. I mean, it's not the end of the world. And, like, truly, if I just learn better strats, I'll get better golds. I mean, I guess that'll still be an issue moving forward, but, like, it's not the end of the world to, like, have my sum of best off by a few seconds. For, like, one or two splits. Or one of two splits, but which one will depend on if I, like, bonk. Yeah, it's a result of, like, it doesn't matter what order you get certain stars in. And, like, usually you split around that. Like, it doesn't matter which order you get the stars in within a level for the most part. Sometimes it does, but, like, you have some flexibility with what order you get stars in within a level, and that's why your splits are for the whole level. But PSS in particular is split across multiple splits with potential variation in star order that transcends a single split. And I think PSS is the only stage like that. I mean, I think Womps is the only stage I enter twice. What the hell? Is the only stage I enter twice normally. That Goomba is really trying his best to. What the hell is wrong with me? I really thought that backflip would work. Whatever, I wanted to do this again to show off the better ending strat. I cannot play this fucking video. I'm turning off splits. Mamma mia. I cannot play this fucking video game tonight. I knew I was dead there. I actually knew that was gonna result in my death. How many Dark World deaths is that? 4?
Mamma mia!
Well, I think we're gonna get a new worst. Potentially by like 3 minutes. Ah, really? That was the worst. Okay, dude. That was the worst place to get shocked. There we go, that's the strat. The cool long jump that really does not look like it should work. You're able to stick with this split that long? That is the most backhanded compliment ever. I don't know why I punched. That was a mistake. I'm trying. Look, I get it. It's hard. It's hard to beat. When this is the run. I'm actually surprised I have a 642 segment on record. That's actually impressive that I'm not even losing that much time to worst. How would I have finished, oops, a split that's that bad? You know what? Okay, I know I don't have splits open anymore, but I can tell you I'm over 5.5 minutes behind. Because I know a good run for me is a low 27. And that was 32.52. There's not that many splits where I know, like, a time threshold for, like, what is good, but Dark World is one of them. And, like, anything below 27.30 is decent to good for my standards, and I don't think I've ever gotten a sub 27. That's kind of the dream. I mean, I think some of best is, like, mid 26 or low 26, but, like, those are the more optimized golds because you get to play those splits so much more. It's just naturally better golds. Anyways, it's the backyard. There's some boos here. They have red coins, and they are notoriously trolly, as you saw from that third one that I thought I had ground pounded successfully, and I just didn't. Welcome to Battle Fort, the third DS exclusive stage that we are playing in this run. Third out of 4, I think. Because we did Sunshine Isles, Goomboss. Now we're doing Battle Fort, and then the Luigi Rescue area is also DS exclusive. And I don't think we do any DS exclusive areas the second half of the run. Yo, congrats on your Wordle victory, Pickle. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing better than this run is, because this run is a goddamn abomination. But Shadow redeemed no reset, so this is a no reset run that's currently close to 6 minutes behind. I've died, I think, 5 times, and made a lot of other mistakes, like failed CCM hundos without dying. GG, Shadow. Well played, Shadow. Well played. Did I though, Shadow? Did I really make it out of early game? I don't think anything in this run I would describe as making it. I am going to fucking lose it very soon. For some reason, the star here spawns on the opposite side of the merry-go-round compared to OG. And I have no idea why. But like in OG64, the star spawns like at the end closest to where the Big Boo spawns, but in this game it spawns on this side. I do not know why it does it differently, but it does. Here's your random 64DS fact of the day. Also, I do not know the fastest movement to get back into this bird cage. I do different movement every time. Also, there's a way to clip through this bookcase, but I do not know how. I need to select not star 1. Because then and only then... the Luigi that does not spawn on star 1, but spawns on all subsequent stars. I'm not sure why that's how it's designed, but it is. And we just gotta work around that. Actually, I guess I mentioned one difference about the merry-go-round, where the, compared to original, which is just where the star spawns. There's also another pretty major difference about how that star works on this version. What I did of, like, getting a star that isn't star 1 and then selecting it, and then the boos will be in the... because the boos in the merry-go-round don't spawn on star 1. And so what I did were, like, I selected star 5... I collected star 5 and then selected it. That doesn't work on OG64. You have to actually collect star 1 for it to advance the scenario. You can't just select a previous... a subsequent one and have it work. It's not the only thing in the game that works that way. In particular, like, Lethal Lava Land, the shell spawns only in, like, mission 5 and 6 and 7. And in OG, if you, like, get the volcano star first and then select it, the shell won't spawn. But in this game, if you do that, it does, and we use that, so... some things about, like, how scenarios work that are not the same. Now, what is the same is that you have to defeat King Womp for the Womp's Fortress star to appear, for the fortress to appear, even if you select a later star, and you have to get the first star in Jolly Roger Bay for the ship to float, even if you select a later star. So not everything has the same, like, oh, you can just load the later scenario by selecting a later star, but, like, Womps and Jolly Roger Bay are different than, like, Big Boo's Haunt and Lethal Lava Land. I do not know why. It's weird behavior. Oop, I did not mean to click that button. I put the controller down or I was, like, moving around my hands on the controller, and okay, that time I clicked ZR instead of R. If you press the ZR button on the gamepad, that will happen. Which is a very easy button to click by accident. Well, that time I just clicked ZR instead of normal R to backflip, which is dumb. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm losing under a minute, given that I fell down the fucking mansion and made several other mistakes. I mean, I know I'm losing 50 seconds, but it feels like I should be losing more. Alright, well, we got the Luigi key at least, so maybe Mario was just bad today. Maybe the second I start playing as Luigi, things will start going way, way, way better. Luigi do bigger than Mario. Luigi also has a higher swimming speed than Mario. Which is why I entered that stage as Mario. What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? I need to be Luigi for Dire Ducks. That was not particularly intelligent of me there. Whatever. That's not the end of the world. At least exit course is quick. Luigi can go through wire fences with agility. We will actually be seeing that. That is actually a useful Luigi ability. A less useful Luigi ability is this ability to temporarily run on water. I do not know why they programmed it into the game. I do not know the use cases for it. It's just a thing. Also, this stage has yet another instance of select a later star to then, like, get a different scenario. The ship will still be there, but, like, that's not really the issue here. What we want to do is we want the Manta Ray to appear, and to do that we just select Star 2 and the Manta Ray appears. I don't think the original version works this way in terms of how the scenarios load. Let's go. Yeah, I think, like, the ship in both ships, the ship in Jolly Roger Bay and the ship in Dire Ducks, and the, you know, King Womp / Fortress, those are, like, hard-coded scenarios where it depends on, like, particular stars having been collected, but stuff like the Manta Ray appearing, certain shell boxes appearing, the merry-go-round booths appearing, that is more of a mission thing. Whereas I think in original 64, everything's hard-coded. Nice ground pound. Also, yeah, how much am I down to PB right now? Oh, I'm only down 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Although, presumably, that will increase because I didn't switch to Luigi before entering the basement, because I'm just not fucking thinking tonight, apparently. JK, we didn't actually lose time. Got him. Is that a funny bit that I do? I don't know if that's a good bit or not. The oh fuck, I forgot to switch to Luigi bit. The bit being that I didn't forget to switch to Luigi, that the 30-star door, the first time you open it has to be with Mario, so you actually do have to do the whole weird, like, exit course shenanigans. What the hell did I just jump off of? I think it was particularly, usually, I don't know, I feel like I've overplayed that bit because I definitely have done that several times. But given how bad I'm playing today, I think it actually worked well today. Because it's like, sure, everything else is going wrong, why not add forgetting the route in there? But yeah. If you pay very close attention to the text boxes that I dismiss immediately, when you first open the star door, after you open it, it displays text that said, like, now any character can enter the door. The implication being that was not previously true. I understood why they did this for the first big star door. Because for the first one, you only need 12 stars to open it, which you can easily get before unlocking Mario. And Yoshi cannot beat Bowser by himself if you haven't unlocked any of the other characters. Because Yoshi cannot pick up Bowser, because Yoshi doesn't have a grab. Now, if you have other characters unlocked, Bowser's fire will spawn caps of the other characters. And then you can use those other characters to do that. But if you don't have Mario unlocked, or any other character, you can't, and you're not intended to get other characters before Mario, although it's possible with glitches, you cannot... Yo! Fuck! Oh, I got the cool strat and then immediately fucked up. I didn't even think that throw would miss, damn. That's a terrible throw. Jesus fucking Christ! Yoshi should be able to lick Bowser and spit him out in the bomb. True. This was actually a decent fire scene until I missed 2 throws like a dipshit. And this time I missed a grab. It's getting worse. Now Bowser's just gonna start teleporting. Stop teleporting! I cannot grab you if you teleport. That was not any better than the first throw. I lost a full minute in that fight just because of missing... Not even because of missing strat, just because of missing the throw. If I made the first throw, this would have been... pretty close to gold. Because, yeah, that was... That would have been very close to gold if I had actually made the first throw. And instead I lost a full minute, because why not? God, sub 130 is going to be very hard to get. Also, yeah, so it makes sense why the first star door... I don't know why Luigi and Wario can't open star doors. That one doesn't make sense to me, because, like, Luigi can beat Bowser just as easily as Mario can. So I don't know why Luigi can't open it. Also, see Luigi running on water here? Yeah. I don't know why Luigi is not allowed to do that, but he isn't, so... As a result, we have to do that exit course thing that I was... That leads itself to a good bit if people don't know that fact about the game. Oh yeah. The only star door that works differently than that, where even after you unlock the first time you have to be a specific character, is the final star door. Because Bowser only accepts Mario as his, like, true rival. So even if you have 80 stars, every character other than Mario will, you will still get the endless staircase. Not that you can't beat the game with other characters if you want to, it just requires glitches. Also, this is a fun strat where you just backflip up the pyramid as Luigi. Use BLJ to bypass infinite stairs. Yup, very funny. Very, very funny. I mean, you can bypass the infinite stairs, it just uses a different glitch called endless stair skip. There's a few different methods. The easiest method requires Mario, which is not useful if you want to beat the game as not Mario. But there's a method to, like, slide kick out of bounds on one of the stairs. And then you get teleported super high up into the sky, and then you can just fall into the Bowser stage loading zone. Oh yeah. Fun fact, this doing so will break the credits. If you beat the game as Yoshi. Yoshi dies in the credits. I don't know what exactly causes Yoshi to die. It might be some, like, wing cap thing where the credits, like, part of the credit sequence gives you a wing cap. I don't know exactly why playing as Yoshi breaks credits, but you die in the credits, and then you, like, halfway through the sequence of, like, maybe not halfway, some amount of time through the sequence of, like, I don't know, sometime through the sequence of, like, showing all the courses, you just die, and then you respawn at the start of the castle, like, how you normally would if you die in the overworld. It's really weird, and actually some really funny stuff happens. If people are curious about that, I can show off some cool stuff after this run related to that glitch. It might take me a bit, but to, like, get the glitch properly, but I can show off some stuff. Oh yeah. Let's go. You like cool stuff? Alright. Remind me after this run to show off cool stuff. It actually relates to the, like, whole scenario flag stuff I was talking about earlier. Let's go. There's actually another way to do that, Stars Luigi. That might be faster. I could have shown off that way, just instinctively went to shell route. You can get a vanish cap and, like, go through that wall from, like, lava boost to go through the wall. I think it's actually very close as to which of the two methods is faster. Also, this red coin star, it may look easy, the red coin star, because, like, it is. But if you are slightly too slow, all of the all of the platforms, like, fall out from under you and you just burn your ass a million times. Like, if you get there fast, it's like cool guy walking away from an explosion stuff. If you get there slow, it's like, god damn it, the platforms fall out from under me multiple times and I just can't. Ugh. God, I'm still, like, barely halfway done with this run, star count-wise. They do get a little... The stars do come a little faster in later game, because there's not as many... Like, we've done all but the final Bowser fight, we've got all the characters, so all that kind of slower stuff has happened, and... Basement is just pretty fast in general. But... Man, this run is bad. This split my gold though, it's gonna be close. Hell yeah, we got a 0.3 second gold that didn't actually change the sum of best at all. Or at least not when rounded to the nearest second. Woo! Oh good, I'm comparing against the golds. Oh no, right, because I'm like, why am I comparing against golds? But no, that's what the actual PB is. Oh my god, I'm 7.5 minutes behind. But hey, I have 1:09 of time save in this split. Not because my PB did anything bad here, because these splits are kind of Frankenstein together from two different routes. And this is where they merge together. And so there's a lot of time save in this particular split, due to a combination of the first half of this run being faster than the first half in my PB, and the route being faster. Because my PB does not do Fire Sea Reds, it gets an extra star in HMC. So I put my best, or what was at the time, it might still be, but certainly what was at the time my best pace ever, run through Lava Land, and just made that into the PB splits, and then every split HMC and after is from my actual PB. Because that's when the routes line up. So the early game in my PB is, like, genuinely pretty good, because of how I've Frankensteined the splits together. But this seemed like the best way to do it. So if I'm ever ahead through, like, Dark World... Like, if I'm ahead from anywhere from, like, Dark World through Lava Land, it means I'm on pretty good pace. But I should, in a good run, expect to be ahead through HMC because I have this free minute of time save lying around. Let's go. I would say 50-50 between route being faster by like 30 seconds and my run being faster by like 30 seconds. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but if people are confused, I can elaborate on it, but it's just combining two different runs from two different routes. Anything after HMC is a genuine comparison to my PB, anything before is not. Also, giant Wario moment. I don't know why Wario has such pointy ears in this game. Maybe he just does in general, actually, but they look really, really fucking pointy in the Mega form. The Mega form is like, oh man, there is like 2 triangles in Wario's ear. Oh wow, we're still in the 1 hour. I just realized we passed the 1 hour mark and we're not upstairs yet. I should be in THI at the 1 hour mark, if not almost done with THI. Way back in the day for me, a sub 1 hour wet dry world was the indicator of a good run. These days that's not really the case. And you can see my best pace ever almost has a sub 1 hour THI. That's the dream, the sub 1 hour THI. But yeah. Oh, how are we doing in our comparison to worst? We should check that. Yo, we're 453 ahead. Maybe I should just leave these splits up. And this was not supposed to be a mid-water level entrance. It's supposed to be a low water level entrance. So I'm gonna have to put actual effort into entering at a low water. If you like do the default of just long jump back into the stage, you will get a mid-water level, but I need one low water level. They wanted to give Wario the N64 vibe, I guess. It's weird, I think this game, like, the character models have less polygons in this game than N64, but they look better. Like, Bowser looks awful in Mario 64, and he looks pretty good in this one. Especially for, you know, DS standards. Also, what I did not realize before I played N64 for the first time is how often the, like, low-poly Mario is too far away model, so we're gonna render him in fewer polygons. How often that actually shows up just in normal gameplay. Like, you see that a lot more than I would have expected. Okay, actual reasonable split. You know, it says noticeable on the N64. It might not be. It's certainly noticeable playing on 3D All-Stars. And maybe that's why I hadn't noticed it, like, watching streams of it and stuff, because it's not as noticeable on N64. But in 720p 3D All-Stars, it is very, very noticeable. Womp womp womp. Alright, time to rematch with Koopa the Quick when we didn't even do the first race in the first place. I don't know why there's not, like... You would think they could put in, like, special dialogue depending on whether you had gotten the first star or not. Also, Koopa the Quick will only race Mario, so we have to get this Mario cap. We cannot lose it, or else we auto-lose the race and become sad. And you'd think they could, because they have dialogue in this game that, like, will not show up without glitches. But it is in the game, so you'd think they could have included dialogue that actually would be reasonable to show up on a normal playthrough. Like, not everyone will raise Koopa the Quick the first time. Fuck me. I've died on that star before, but usually it's still like hitting a boulder and losing Mario Cap. It's not due to running off the fucking bridge like an idiot. Well, here we go again. Just when I thought, you know, the last few splits have actually been reasonable. Like, after Fire Sea, like, the basement was actually not bad. SSL was fine, we golded Lava Land, HMC was not awful. Wet Dry World was fine, and then I just... like, you know what? We're playing better. Nope, never mind. We are not playing better. Like, compared to PB, I was probably... this is latest. Yeah. I mean, okay, there is like a 1 minute time save built in, but like, I lost a little bit of time in SSL and then save time. Like, it was like pretty reasonable. Ugh. Yeah, we're going back to worst. Also, it's funny that Wet Dry World is like so much the same when you look at worst. Like, there's like a 20-second difference between gold and worst in Wet Dry World, because that is I think the most. It's Wet Dry World and JRB are like the most low variance splits in the entire run. I think the 20-second time loss is from, like, falling down trying to get top of the town. Also, that's a fun strat to, like, double jump dive off of that red coin platform into the star. That's a... and, like, dive recover into the star. That's, like, a super fun strat. At least I find that a fun strat. Whether you do... I don't know. I think that's a cool looking strat. Oh, another new worst. I think that's our third new worst. I think we had new worsts on CCM, Dark World, and now THI because of the death. Once again, that didn't even feel like an egregious THI, just had one bad death, but like, because normally I'd be resetting. And also, normally on days when I would, normally it is where I would get to THI, I would not be playing this bad as just a random S-No reset. Hey there, DPC, welcome back to the stream, hope you well. Klepto. Oh, did you not know there was Klepto there in this game? Yeah, there's a Klepto in... Klepto has 2 appearances in this game, instead of just 1. You were so confused. Welcome to 64DS, where things are slightly different than you remember them. Are you ready to get confused again? You picked a really funny time to come in if you're confused about characters reappearing. I have the biggest shit-eating grin on my face right now after spawning the fucking TTM owl. How is my worst TTM split only 15 seconds off of gold? How is that fucking possible? Also, yeah, they put a wall here now, but you can turn invisible and go through it, so it doesn't really change you from being able to do that and skip the slide.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anything else you want to be confused about by this game, DPC, or are you are you sufficiently confused by what you've seen in like 3 minutes of gameplay? Also, we are playing as Luigi. I guess that's also notable. You're back, Keisha. Did you know that the owl was in TTM, though? That's a real question. Because, yeah, the owl only appears in Womp's Fortress in the original, but in this game he's in Womp's Fortress, TTM, also Cool Cool Mountain, which I'm not really sure why, given that there is the teleport already there, but...
Let's go.
Also, yeah, this is a no reset run because Shadow redeemed no reset run channel point command. This run is terrible. I'm comparing to worst for an ego boost. But we are plus 706, oh sorry, plus 732 to PB, so. Oh wait, I need to, wait, no, that was actually just me figuring her out. Alright, how many times will it take me to do a trick called pause clip? You see this cannon lid? It doesn't exist. I just need to pause the frame before hitting it, which is not easy to do. And if you're wondering why I have like 3 minutes of time save compared to worse, it's because I'm so bad at this one trick. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go get another star and come back to that in a second. If you're wondering why that trick works, that I have not gotten yet, so it's hard to explain, basically, the cannon lid unloads when the game is paused because it's not on, like, the pause camera. And so if you can clip through it before, if you have enough momentum to get through it before it reloads, then you can just enter it. There are a few cannons in the game you can do this on. And it saves the most time in 150 star, but also saves time in 80 here and in Womp's Fortress where I don't do it. And I don't have to do this trick. I could just do this the safe way and not lose that much time, but there's a really funny thing that you can do if you do this trick, and this run sucks anyway, so I'm just gonna go until I get it. I'm so mad at doing this with, because Luigi's backflip is so high, I like don't, my timing is thrown off because I'm used to doing this with like Mario or Yoshi, and I'm much better at it with those characters. I am so bad at this trick, holy crap. Should I keep going until I get that? Or just give up?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, dude. I cannot... I need to, like, learn a better setup for this. Because maybe it's possible that, like, with how I am timing my ground pound, I'm just, like, it will not work. Like, I think if you do your setup poorly, it's possible for there to be 0 frames where this works. I swear this can work! I am so fucking pissed right now. Alright, I give up. I tried for like 3 minutes to do that. I failed. I'm sorry. Patch in real time? Yeah. Also, shout out to literally somebody in a YouTube comment section whose name I don't remember, but it was just somebody in a YouTube comment section who mentioned that glitch. And then the whole community was like, there's no way this is real, and then it was fucking real. Like, I'm shocked that the YouTube comments, like, knew what they were doing, you know? Wow, I thought I was, like, probably... I said I wasn't sure if I was gonna get sub 130. My best possible time is a 131 right now. Which means I'm gonna get, like, a 135 or some shit. Jesus Christ. This is awful. This might be, like, the worst run I've ever done of this game on stream that I've finished. Hey there, lads. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. This run is going awful, but Shadow Redeem no reset, so we are doing a no reset. Where I'm gonna get like a 135, because I cannot play the game right now. I've died like 6 times, I failed, I've missed like several Bowser throws, failed CCM hundos, just spent like 3 minutes failing pause clip in Snowman's Land. It's just all around awful. So, hope you're doing better than this run is. Silent concentration intensifies. Sorry, I was just making sure I wasn't failing that any more than I already have been. You're eating a cookie right now, doing pretty good, all things considered. Nice. Oh, I just realized I bought some cookies at the grocery store, like, last week when I went, and then I completely forgot I had them, and they're probably stale now. Shit. I completely forgot I bought some cookies. Nice. Fucking awesome. And I'm not gonna eat them tomorrow either, because I'm not gonna be home all day tomorrow. I would have to see if the cookies are still good on Friday, like a week and a half after I bought them. It's just sloppy. Just playing so bad. At least I don't have to do that movement again. I have to do different movement. Woo! Well, that was not what was supposed to happen there at all. Although, I think not supposed to happen there. It's just a good description of this run. That's not what was supposed to happen. Just a good description of this run in general. We can back it up to reds, but we do have to do that proper starting movement twice. Also, tactical bonk moment. Mario half clip through the floor moment. Which happens a lot if you know. Anytime I collect a star from like high up, you can often end up a little bit clipped through the floor in the animation. Nope. Fucking wall jump, Mario, you useless piece of shit. Camera, holy fuck, no, the that's, I mentioned, oh my god, the camera there is so bad. Also, I've already lost to my gold, and I still have a whole start again, and it's one of the longer ones in the stage. I have to do that movement again, plus a harder bit of movement. Which is this triple wall jump. Okay, well, it would help if I did a single wall jump first before going for the triple. Okay, second try is not actually bad, considering everything else. I'll take it. Well, fuck, man. I was about to say only losing like a minute to gold in TTC feels like a victory given everything else, and then I go ahead and do that and just have the worst angle and get owned by a Goomba. Just like, I am very annoyed right now. The stream did not go the way I wanted it to go, and I'm just very cranky about everything. But I think that's kind of understandable if you've watched this run. Alright, 2 splits left. Can we salvage any dignity in those splits? Probably not. Although we did get 1 gold split this run, and it was by 0.3 seconds in Lava Land. I'll say, if you're used to original 64 speedruns, the fact that you can just make the triple jump up there without any sort of, like, wall kick or anything is gonna look weird. I'm not sure if this game has you triple jump higher, or if the stages are just more vertically compressed. I guess it's the same effect one way or the other, but yeah. You can just get up to higher ledges than you would expect. not actually sure if I got my charge off there. It didn't feel like I was going super fast, so I think I was just doing a normal triple jump. It is possible to do that. Jump without charging, it's just much harder. Or maybe it was charging and I am just bad. Either option is possible. I thought I did. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why exactly I didn't make that jump, but whatever. We died once. Hopefully we don't die again. Sloppy movement, whatever. There's a star over there. Let's collect it. 4 to go. 1 more at the bottom, and then 3 more up top. Another charge triple jump over here. Needing to burn there is fine. Alright, now we get to go up top. We get to do the triple jump up to the pole. And we get to go onto the ship. Alright, who's ready for motherfucking carpetless? You're not ready? Well, too bad. We just did it, Les. We did the thing. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Whoa. Alright, we get to float over again to the Chuckya Island. Ooh, buddy, I don't know where the Chuckya is, but I don't like... This Chuckya has killed so many runs from so many runners across the years. It's just... Especially if you get greedy and try to ground pound directly on the box from the P-Balloon, which you can do. But if the Chuckya is camping under it, it can still kill you, even if you ground pound the box. And if you miss, the Chuckya can get you. It's just... a really, really well-placed Chuckya. That was a clutch dive to make that. That would not have made it onto the pole without the dive. Well, we were 3 for 3 on making that jump, so that's good. Weirdly enough, Rainbow Ride has actually gone pretty well, except for the death. Like, I don't know how costly the death was, but I'm only losing, like, 40-ish seconds to gold, even with the death, so... That death is intentional. It saves time. You may think falling all the way to the bottom is gonna lose time, however... the death animation is faster than the normal, like, exit course animation after getting a star. You skip the, you know, save text box, and you also notably skip the text... Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to long jump up these stairs, because clearly the game is not having it. Notably, you also skip the thing that says, like, hey, you've got 80 stars, you can go fight Bowser now. So because of those text boxes, that actually saves a bit. I think it loses a small amount of time, if you don't have the text boxes, but save a small amount if it does. I could be wrong, but the text boxes do make it a bigger time save than it would be like in a 150 run, where that's not going to be happening as your 80th star. That's going to be like your 148th. That was a very sketchy grab. But hey, we take those. I will say the Mario 64 Bowser level music goes so hard. Koopa Road or whatever it's called. And I love that they remastered it in Galaxy. It's so good. Alright! It is time to end this piece of shit run for once and for all. Maybe we can get a 133. Damn it. Close, but miss. Ow. That's a hit.
Bye-bye.
I think that's a hit. Oh. Alright, here we go. You know what? All told, pretty decent Rainbow Ride in bits. I missed one. I died once on Tricky Triangles, and I missed one throw. But, like, all the other stuff was pretty solid. That was, like, honestly, there have been... 133. Honestly, there have been actual, like, good runs where I've been worse in the last two splits than that. Like, that saved time to balance PB. That saved a minute in the last splits compared to the previous run. Even compared to my actual PB, which had a massive Rainbow Ride Gold. Even with a death, I saved 30 seconds in the last split, only lost 9 seconds. I mean, DTC was bad, but I thought Rainbow Ride and Bits would be awful, and they just weren't. The run as a whole was awful, but it wasn't the last two splits, which is usually, you know, cause for disaster. Anyways, Shadow, are you still here? You said you wanted to see cool stuff, right? Alright. This is a setup for cool stuff, if people want to see cool stuff. If people don't care about 64DS cool stuff, I will just end stream. But I have a particular save file set up here. I'm gonna just quickly go over to this for a second, just to point out my star count. It's probably legible. I have 50 stars, as you can see. And I think the other notable thing here, if I pause and look through the menu, I have not... Oh. This is not the thing I thought it was. Oh well, whatever. I think one thing in particular, I have not entered Jolly Roger Bay. You can see I have no stars in Jolly Roger Bay. And I will probably take some time to align this, but there's a way to clip through here. I don't really know how. People don't seem to be in chat, so I might not just... Oh! I'm surprised by how quickly I got that. I think I fucked it up, though. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. So, for wondering what's happened, I kicked through the wall. I got what's called a Heaven's Portal, which is exactly what it sounds like. You just shoot super high up into the sky. And I landed at the top of the Endless Staircase. You can see I'm above where that door normally is. And so now, somewhere in here, I'm not really sure where, and this is always the tricky part of this for me, is navigating into fucking pitch black, but somewhere in here, you can even hear the Endless Stairs music. But it's not endless because I am brushing up against a wall. Yoshi is imprisoned in purgatory. The whole point of this is to enter the final stage as Bowser, the final Bowser stage as Yoshi, which is not something you'd ever normally be able to do. Problem is, I don't know where the fucking hole is. There's a wall to my right. I have no idea where the hell I am right now. But you can see me running down the stairs. And then running back up them. I'm trying to, like, stay centered here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyways, we're now back in the final Bowser stage as a character that is never intended to be in the final Bowser stage. Normally, the game locks you to being Mario in the final Bowser stage. But using that particular trick, you can actually get into the final Bowser stage as any character. And funny things happen if you beat the game as not Mario, because the ending credit sequence is very tied to being Mario. And this is where that particular details of the save file I set up here, where I have never entered Jolly Roger Bay, that's where it will become apparent that something is a little bit funky. Also, I don't know how to do this stage fast as Yoshi, so I am taking this platform like a filthy casual, because I can't do the triple jump dive as Yoshi, because Yoshi cannot dive. As you can see, he can only tongue. So yeah, the strats you just saw me do as Mario don't really work as Yoshi, so we're just playing this fast casual, really. Awesome. Let's do it again. Yeah, this is already kind of cursed enough that Yoshi is here, but trust me, if you stick around for the next, like, 7 minutes, or whatever, depending on how long it takes me to beat the game and get through the credits, things will get a lot more cursed. And I think I've shown this off on stream before, but I don't know how much I've shown this off, and it's always really fun to share how broken the credits. You would not think of the credits as being particularly broken. Right? I really just did that, huh? That's, like, really, really dumb. I swear, guys, this is worth it. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but I swear this is worth it. Can you activate this with your tongue? You can, actually. That's cool. What is that bomb doing? That bomb is just floating there. Okay. So now you may be wondering, how do I actually fight Bowser? Because Yoshi can't grab Bowser, he... has a tongue. We have to actually wait for Bowser to shoot fire at us. And it will spawn a cat. Which now also means if I take damage at any point, I lose this. Like that! I lose the Mario Cap and have to re-get it from other fire. And I'm not used to, like, A, having to run from damage, and B, just, you know, having to be hyper-aware. Like, this is not a point in Bowser's attack pattern you'd usually see while speedrunning, but you have to wait for it to come out. So, also you get to hear Mario making throws, but in Yoshi voice, so some cursed content. Oops. Damn it, I lost the... Now I have to wait for the fire again. Okay. Okay, that's one... sorry, I think that's two, actually. Alright, one more throw, and then we can get to the fun part. That's a miss. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the fun part. But, yeah. Okay, there we go. Now that we have defeated Bowser as Yoshi, we can see some interesting behavior. Some unintended behavior. Because the game really, really expects you to be Mario here, and we're just straight up not. So, let the fun commence. Okay, actually here it's fine because we have the Mario Cap, so whatever, we can fly like normal. But the credit sequence is gonna get weird. The credit sequence is going to get weird. So, buckle up! So I guess I never saved Luigi on this file, but makes sense if I was just trying to get 50 stars and beat the game. I think this actually was just a normal 50-star route. Although I didn't drain the moat, so I guess maybe, I don't know. Whatever. We gotta wait a few minutes through this cutscene, but once we get through this cutscene, fun shit is going to happen. Oh!
Yoshi!
Yoshi!
One of the stars is restored to the castle.
Forgot to mention, you didn't just get a cookie, you got a lamp. Pretty excited about that. Like you just bought a new lamp.
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you all.
I don't know the last time I've got a new lamp.
We
The lamp I have on my desk I've had forever, so... Or at least since I started grad school. I guess I'll probably have to buy a new lamp at some point when I move.
Listen.
Your old one broke? Ah. Yeah, that would be a good reason to get a new lamp. Congratulations on your new source of light. Alright, so now that so that's not the interesting part of the credits, because that's just whatever, it's a cutscene. The interesting part of the credit starts right now. So, in the game, so you may think this is like some pre-rendered shit, like how, like, you know, we're seeing our characters all throughout here. Actually, I realize this might not work. Oh yeah, so you saw Mario kind of just fall through the Womp's Fortress there. Weird things happen because we're not Mario, but the game expects us to be. Like, you notice us fall through there, right? That shouldn't be happening. Also, you can see Mario and Yoshi there, like, that's kind of weird. That we just are falling. Like, that shouldn't be happening. It's actually rendering this as our character. And it sets some flags so that certain things appear. For instance, like, that fortress only appears if you have collected the first star in Womp's Fortress, if you defeat King Womp. So the game has to set some flags, so that this cutscene renders properly. There's Yoshi falling, and you may notice Yoshi just fucking died to fall damage. Like, Yoshi did, like, a dying thing. And we're gonna see the consequences of that at some... I don't know when exactly it happens, but, like, we're gonna see the consequences of that. I don't know if we've seen them yet, but some notable other things that happen that are, like, mission-specific are, like, there's a shot of you standing on top of the ship in Dire Docks. There's a shot of you standing on top of the sub in Dire Docks, also the ship in Jolly Roger Bay. We may have seen those, we may not have, I don't know. I don't remember the exact order all the shots appear in, but... At some point we will die because of that fall damage we've taken. I don't know when it actually happens. I think in Rainbow Ride, I think when we get to Rainbow Ride, funky things happen. Yeah. You may notice we are fucking dead. And this is a situation that they did not plan for whatso-fucking-ever. Because you can't die in the credits, it's all, you know, based on Mario. The game also never saves after beating the game. So we are in a state that is not ever supposed to be accessible. And a few things are funky from this, the most notable of which... Remember how many stars I had? I had 50 stars, right? You wanna see what that number says now? You wanna guess what star the game just gave me? I have a star that I never collected on this save file. So if we go through the stages, you may notice I never entered Jolly Roger Bay. Bam! Jolly Roger Bay stage star 1 collected. And it's because of the scene... It's because of the scene where, It's because, what, it's... Yeah, so I'm literally opening this door to Jolly Roger Bay for the first time. And I already have a star. And it's because they literally give you the star in the credit sequence. So that you can, I'm just switching to Mario here for something. They give you the star in the credit sequence, specifically so that you can, the ship will be there. so that you can stand on it. They also give you Womp's Fortress Star 1 so that Fortress appears. So I can actually, if I'd set this up differently, I could have 52 stars right now. So you can get Womp's Fortress Star 1 and Jolly Roger Bay Star 1 without actually getting them by glitching into the credits as Yoshi. Also, because there's a scene that you're standing on the sub respawns, which it normally wouldn't. So if you ever want to practice the sub-star without setting up a file, like, this is actually how you would do that. Also, you may notice something else that's going on right now as a result of weird credits flags. This is some really calm and peaceful music, right? We love the Dire Dire Docks music. You hear anything else? Anyone hear anything else right now? Oh, so yeah, the sub is here now. Normally it would not be because I've beaten Fire Sea, so the sub should not be here. But it is. If you don't hear anything else, you're like, what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, that's the point. Some of the sound effects are disabled. I think once again so that they don't play in the credits, but there's no coin collecting noise. There's no swimming noise. Like, normally there's like every stroke makes a noise. But there's just, the sound effects are like severely limited. Like normally noise would, when I surface and heal up, there's like a healing sound effect, that doesn't play. When I exit course, there's normally like a wah 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 or something, that doesn't play. Like, the sound effects are just turned off for the credits, and because we're in this weird credits world where flags are set that never were intended to be set in normal gameplay, we were given a star, the sub respawns, some sound effects are off. Like, I guess the normal jump and punch stuff is okay, but like, you don't hear me collecting these coins. Or, you also get silent ground pounds. Like, the thud noise is not playing for the ground pounds. I don't know what complete list of which sound effects do and do not play. Maybe just anything voiced by Mario? What? I didn't even know this! Why don't I have this fucking key? Why don't I have the key? Oh my god! Does it take the Fire Sea key away from you and that's how it gets the sub to respawn? That's why I don't have it? Oh my god, I didn't even know that. I've played around with this before, but I've never tried to go upstairs with this glitch in effect. Oh, so yeah, but like, you hear the noises out of Mario's mouth appear as normal, but any like the thud noises are not appearing and stuff like that. There was a toll paid to bring Yoshi back from land. Oh my god, I didn't realize it did this by taking away the Fire Sea key. Wow. Wow, okay, I literally learned something in demonstrating a glitch. I learned something about the glitch. Wait, so that means I have a save file where this thing is set up. So that means I don't have the Fire Sea key on the save file right now? This is a save file where I did the exact... This was my, this is my grassless save file, where I saw how many stars I could beat without touching grass, and I got one more from Womp's Fortress. That's why I found out this thing happened in the first place. I don't have this key right now. Oh my god, that's actually... I learned something new about the game today. That's how it gets the sub to respawn. It takes away your fucking Fire Sea key. And I would have to beat it again. Oh my god, that's incredible. Alright, I learned something new about the game today. And I think that's a good place to end stream, because I don't think we're gonna get a better high than that. Let me go see if anybody is live right now that I want to raid. Oh, this guy's live who's not usually live. We're gonna raid Simon. He is playing Super Metroid Zelda 3, which is the Super Metroid plus Link to the Past combo randomizer. And he says he's doing this seed for redemption. Don't really know what that means. But yeah, go give him some love. And with the high emo, your choice might be got someone else if you don't. Thank you everybody so much for coming to stream. I should be back. Oh, did he just end stream? Or did my internet just cut out? No, just my internet was hiccuping. Anyways, go give some love. I'll be back. Oh no, my internet cut out. I just dropped 800 frames. Okay. I don't even know I'm still alive right now, but had an internet blip. Anyways, I'll be back on Friday night, hopefully, and then Sunday for some Mario Party. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you, Cherry, for the raid. Thank you for chatting, lurking. Hope you enjoyed the bad 64DS gameplay. See you back here next time, and have a great night, everybody.